By now, you've probably seen the second trailer for GTA 6. So let's skip the intro and dive straight into the small details. I'm sure there are things you haven't noticed yet. I'll also share my take on everything we've seen so far. Is there really no gameplay in this trailer? What exactly is confirmed in GTA 6 that we can only spot by watching closely? That's what we're going to break down in this video. If you look closely at this part of the game, for the first time, a blimp has been confirmed in Grand Theft Auto 6. The blimp is right here, a bit camouflaged. You've probably noticed it already, but it's still worth pointing out for those who haven't. Another really interesting thing shows up right at the beginning, when Jason is fixing leaks on the side of the house. Does that ring a bell? It's probably a reference to that GTA 6 gameplay leak from over a year ago, the one Rockstar even made a public statement about. You probably remember that. To me, the reference is pretty clear.
What you doing up there?
I'm just fixing some leaks.
We're also going to have all kinds of boats. Even a cargo ship can be seen in the background. And of course, you'll be able to swim and, get eaten by a shark. Obviously, you've already noticed the hair on Jason's body and all the accessories like glasses, chains, and caps that we'll be able to customize throughout the game. And just like in Red Dead Redemption, his beard, his hair, and even his muscles will change over time. Rockstar even paid attention to the veins on Jason's arms. That's the result of some serious weightlifting. You can actually notice all of that during the trailer. We also notice in several scenes of the game, some animals scattered around many places in the game, since Rockstar always tries to get as close to reality as possible. And since the game is based on the state of Florida, animals like these couldn't be left out. In fact, even though I haven't seen one, we might have horses in the game for the first time. Oh, but the most likely thing is that we'll have pets we can take care of. Because here we see a lizard, and in this later scene, we can see this object that looks like an aquarium without water, and there's a snake inside it. I believe we'll need to feed this snake so it doesn't die. I even keep wondering, will we have hunting in GTA 6 and also collect animal skins like in RDR? I don't doubt it. Do you? When Jason opens the door, we can see his hair swinging because it's relatively long, his shadow on the glass of the door, and the full reflection that appears. And notice how in this scene he looks strong, as well as in some images later on. We can even notice a doorbell by the door. Here, while Jason is driving, we can once again notice Rockstar's attention to detail in the reflections on the glass. The rearview mirror shows exactly what's happening in real time, and the same goes for the mirrored sunglasses. We can even see the clouds in the sky being reflected on the car door's window. And when the car is moving, the sunlight changes the reflections. It's not that static, lifeless stuff. Everything is in the smallest details, and it's no wonder this game is taking so long to release. The level of detail in GTA 6 is way ahead of any other game, and making all of this happen takes a lot of work. During this aggressive moment, we can see Jason now wearing a shirt inspired by the city, and also his watch, which stays with him the whole time. And yes, the time shown on the watch matches the in-game time. Right now, I see 11:08 in the morning. Back here, we see a man on the ground. Jason possibly took him down to rob the store, and this other one here after taking a beating. At this moment, we can see two NPCs in the pickup truck's bed, meaning we'll have more informal NPCs seen in various ways. It's highly likely that the NPCs will also be smarter than in previous GTAs. In this part of the game, where Jason is working out on the beach, we can see details in his muscles, and that's a mark of Rockstar's attention to detail. They put more effort into the protagonists, just like they did in RDR, and that's extremely labor-intensive and costly, which is why we see fewer details in other games. If you look closely, the weights are sunken into the sand, and the weights are stained from wear. They're not just thrown carelessly on the sand. Everything is filled with details to make it look more realistic. Jason is wearing different shorts, and here on the left, it looks like we might be able to place bets and maybe even win some money in the game. That makes me wonder if we'll have optional challenges to complete during the game, like in RDR2. Another thing that really stands out in this game is the liquids. They received an absurd amount of detail. We can see the beer inside the bottle moving around. Here we can even see the bubbles rising in the beer, and that really caught my attention. And here we can see beer spilling out of the bottle. That's amazing. It's details like these that I truly admire in Rockstar Games. In this scene, where the cops are cracking down on some thugs, we can see that the siren lights reflect on the wall according to their color. We notice a lot of detail in the lighting and shadows throughout the game, like Lucia's earrings swinging in this part and even casting a shadow on her skin. And of course, Lucia's beautiful butt under that dress, moving with incredible motion. Let's not deny it. Everyone noticed that. I saw it, you saw it, and we all saw just how stunning Lucia looks. And here, during this spicier scene with the gorgeous Lucia, we can clearly see how her hair flows really well, better than in any other game I've seen, because her face is turned downward and her hair actually respects gravity. Usually in games like this, hair doesn't behave that way. Notice here too that Lucia is wearing an ankle monitor. This is probably part of her sentence under house arrest after leaving prison. And this is likely the reason why, at the beginning of the game, both characters won't be able to explore the entire massive map. At least not at first, until you start progressing through the main missions. It's a good explanation, since in GTA games we usually can't access the full map until we move forward in the main story.
Do you know why you're here?
Bad luck, I guess.
And yes, folks, everything shown in this trailer is exactly how it'll be in the gameplay. Rockstar doesn't put cutscenes that look different from the actual game. Rockstar has never done that, and it's not about to start now. It looks good, it looks amazing, and the gameplay will be just like that too. Trust me, I'm sure of it. An important detail here is that this is Lucia doing community service as part of her sentence, and this is probably one of those lighter missions at the beginning of the game. I don't believe this is a cutscene. This part will be an actual mission during gameplay, especially because later on we can see Lucia wearing the orange vest. At the pub, we can see different signs from different places, and some people are speculating that we might be able to travel to another city called Chlorana. I actually believe in this theory, but it will probably just be for doing missions and then returning to the main city, the fictional Miami. Here we can also see the word Pendjo on the beer sign, and right below it's not written beer, but something that looks like cerveja, which is beer in Portuguese. Or maybe it's cerveza, which is beer in Spanish. During this escape through the window, we notice Lucia's toe bending as she pushes off the window. We can also tell that this must be a dangerous part of the city, because there are iron bars, overgrown grass that hasn't been trimmed, and even faded letters on the ground, all signs that it's a less maintained area. All of this is really interesting, because Rockstar doesn't put anything there randomly. They hire professionals specifically dedicated to creating these things: the plants, the trees, the clothes, and everything else. This scene looks a lot like Fast and Furious 5 in Rio de Janeiro when they steal the safe from the police station. We see a console and a controller clearly based on the PlayStation 5, and once again, a well-made reflection showing up in the picture frame. It seems like everything in the story will start out well between the couple until the end of the game, when we'll possibly be able to choose between at least 3 different endings, one where one of them might die, or another where they end up together forever. Want a part 2? Leave a comment and let me know if you'd like to see part 2. To me, this is the most anticipated video game in history. I believe this game will one day surpass GTA 5 in sales. Even though there's no gameplay yet, I've loved everything shown so far. It's definitely worth waiting for a game packed with details and mysteries that we'll uncover during the adventure.